Hey everyone, welcome back to Vlog 7. I am Harshita, and today I'm taking you along on my Prayagraj Yatra with my family and friends. So, fun fact, this is actually a very old video from my last February. I had recorded just in case, but never knew I'd actually upload it. I guess my love for vlogging took over eventually. Anyways, here we are in Bangalore, all packed and ready to hop onto the bus. Let's go make some unforgettable memories. After boarding the bus, I had dozed off, and before I knew it, morning had arrived. Our Prayagraj journey had officially begun, and there is something so exciting about waking up in a new city. The fresh air, the energy around you, and the feeling that an amazing adventure is just starting. So, we got ready and made a quick stop at a hotel on the way. I tried the pesto and coffee. It was simple yet surprisingly delicious. These little food stops always make journeys even more memorable. Don't you agree? While sitting by the window, I couldn't help but admire the scenery passing by. The roads, the fields, the little villages, it all looks so peaceful and different from Bangalore. There's something about watching the world go by from a bus window that makes journey feel so even more real. And then I decided to take a nap. After all, this was a long 2.5 day journey to Prayagraj and I needed some rest to be ready for all the exploring ahead, of course. There's something about napping on a bus. It's oddly comforting, even with all the bumps along the way. It was mid morning by the time I woke up, and the bus was still on its way. Since we had carried a lot of snacks and fruits with us, we thought why not make a quick fruit salad? Honestly, that was such a fun little break, sitting together, cutting the fruits, mixing everything up, and sharing. It felt less like a long bus ride and more like a picnic on wheels. Sometimes these small moments make the journey so much more special than the destination. So while the bus kept moving, we all sat together, chopping the fruits and chatting away. It was such a light-hearted moment, laughing over silly jokes, sharing stories, and even enjoying each other's company. They are the kind of little memories that stay with you forever because it's not just about the travel, it's about the people you're traveling with, right? I even tried to take a proper picture of our fruit salad, but the roads had other plans, I tell you. Every time I clicked, the bus gave a little bump, and then the photo turned out so shaky. Still, I guess that's the charm of the travel. Nothing's perfect, but everything is memorable. So the chattings about random things just continued, and as you can see, I was happily eating while recording. Honestly, this was my first time vlogging, so I was just experimenting with camera angles and trying to figure out things as I went along. It felt a little funny at first, but I was also really enjoying capturing these funny moments. Okay, so I'm still eating here. Don't judge me. But hey, this is my first time vlogging, so tell me, am I doing okay so far? Am I still learning how to hold the camera, how to frame things, and honestly, just trying to be myself with you all? If you've got any tips for a newbie vlogger like me, drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And after all that eating and chatting, I couldn't resist. I went in for another round of nap. Long journeys like this just hit differently. You snack, you laugh, you sleep, and then repeat. Honestly, that's the best part of road trips. They have their own lazy rhythm. So, this is me trying really hard to sleep, but clearly failing. It's on a long bus rides, no matter how much you want to rest, the seat, the bums, or just the excitement won't let you. I keep tossing, turning, adjusting the pillow, nothing worked. Relatable, right? And at one point, I just gave up and thought, okay, maybe sleep's not happening. Let's see what's going outside instead. And then I just sat by the window, staring at the dark sky. There's something about long journeys at night. The world feels quieter, your thoughts get louder, and suddenly you're just there. lost in your own little universe. Maybe it's the stars, maybe it's the silence, but it makes you think about life, about memories, and about where you're headed next. Have you ever felt that too? And here I am again, still trying to sleep. The feeling when your eyes are heavy but your mind just refuses to switch off. That was me the whole time. I kept convincing myself, okay, this time I'll definitely fall asleep, but nope, wide awake. I think every traveler has the exact struggle on the long journey. So the next day morning, we all got freshened up, but since we were running a little late, we just packed some poha and ate it right in the bus. Honestly, that's the charm of long trips, right? Food always tastes better when it is shared on the go. And if I'm not wrong, by this time we were somewhere in Madhya Pradesh. I don't exactly remember. It's been a while, but I do remember the vibes were so refreshing and new. And here I am finally showing my face on camera. Honestly, vlogging still feels a little new and awkward to me, but I thought why not just be real and share the journey as it is. So, yeah, hi again from the bus. Do I look more like a traveler here or more like someone still half asleep? And here's the morning view from my window, the open roads, vehicles passing by, and that soft sunlight slowly filling the sky. There's something so calming about just watching the world wake up while you're on the move. It's like the journey itself is reminding you that every day is a fresh start. So I thought of doing a little makeup in the bus and of course started with combing my hair. But the reality tangles, tangles, and more tangles. Honestly, I think my hair had more adventure than me on this trip. Every time I tried to straighten it out, the comb just got stuck. Relatable, right? Long journeys and messy hair go hand in hand. And then there is this moment, sunlight falling right on my face. Honestly, there is nothing like a morning light on a long journey. It makes you feel fresh, alive, and ready for the day. Maybe that's the kind of filter nature gives you for free. So here I was trying to apply a little lipstick in the moving bus, and guess that my phone just slipped and fell. Honestly, vlogging while doing makeup on a bumpy road is a whole challenge of its own. I think the bus was testing my multitasking skills. I wasn't even applying the lipstick the usual way. I was actually using it as a blush on my cheeks, just to add a little bit of color. Honestly, first time vlogger plus moving bus equals to all sorts of experience. But hey, sometimes Jugaad makeup turns out the best, right? Anyways, my phone fell again while I was in the middle of my makeup. This bus ride clearly had other plans for me, but I didn't give up. I continued with my little blush experiment using lipstick. It wasn't perfect, but honestly, it gave me just the right pop of color to feel fresh for the day. Okay, so my phone has officially decided to have a mind of its own today. It keeps falling off. But you know me, I'm not giving up. Still trying to get my blush on. And honestly, it's a little messy, little chaotic. But that's the real life, right? First time vlogger vibes struggling with a phone and makeup at the same time. Let's see if we can actually finish this. All right, makeup's done. And I had to take off my sweater because, funny story, everyone told me Prayagraj was going to be freezing cold. So, of course, I packed like a mini wardrobe of sweaters. But look at this, it is actually super hot. The sun is shining right on me, and I am basically roasting here. Yes, first time vlogger energy comes with a side of fashion feels. Wow, just look at the view. I can't stop staring. It's so peaceful and beautiful. Honestly, moments like these make all the little chaos earlier today worth it. First time vlogger energy aside, I could literally sit here and just soak it all in. Nature really has its own way of making you pause and just appreciate. And here's my mom sneakingly filming me while I'm just living in my own little world, enjoying the view. I didn't even realize she was recording. Sometimes it's nice to just forget the camera exists and soak it all in. There are little moments that feel so real and peaceful. My mom is still filming me while I'm just vibing with the view. Tell me I'm not the only one whose parents secretly become your personal paparazzi. Drop a comment if your mom does the same. I feel like we are on a whole generation of moms being videographers. Just me staring out at the window again. Honestly, there is nothing much else to do in a bus, so you kinda end up watching the world go by. It actually is kind of peaceful, like a little mini escape. Who else gets lost in their thoughts staring out of the window during travel? Tell me in the comments because I feel like I'm not the only one. Okay, so we are getting closer to our destination, Prayagraj. But oh my gosh, the traffic here is crazy. I am trying to take in the view, and honestly, it feels like we have been stuck here for hours. Who else has been in traffic that just makes you question if you'll ever reach? Drop a comment if your nightmare is that too. Look at this traffic. I swear, it feels like we have been moving for hours, but actually, we have barely inched forward. Anyone else get stressed out just staring at endless lines of cars? Because, same. Honestly, the view is kind of crazy though. So many people, so much life. And the traffic, yeah, it's still the same. Cars everywhere, people honking. It's just like a city never sleeps kind of vibe. Honestly, I thought we'd reach Prayagraj by now, but the universe apparently had other plans. Anyone else get stuck in traffic like this and just start observing things around you? Because that's me right now. So my mom gave me some oranges, thankfully, because we definitely needed a little snack for this journey. And then we took a shortcut, and wow, suddenly we are surrounded by farms and villages, and it feels so peaceful compared to the crazy traffic. Honestly, these little unexpected detours make travel so much more fun. Who else love discovering hidden views like this? Okay, so we spotted a lake, and for a second, I couldn't help but think, are we really in Prayagraj already? It's funny how small moments like this make you pause and actually notice where you are. Honestly, it's little surprises on the way that makes the trip feel so real and memorable. Okay, so I'm just staring at the water. Honestly, I'm such a water baby. I could literally sit here for hours just watching it. There's something so calming and peaceful about it. These clips, the one, two, are the same for me. The same window, the same vibes. But honestly, moments like this make the journey so much more special. Anyone else get totally lost just by watching water? Okay, so I'm just staring outside, trying to take in everything around me. Honestly, the scenery is beautiful, but I've got to admit, I'm feeling a little headache coming on. You know, those moments when your brain's like, okay, too much stimulation? Yeah, that's me right now. But hey, let's chat for a bit. I feel like vlogs can get a little boring if it's just me showing stuff, right? So tell me, do you guys get these moments when you're traveling and your head starts spinning a little from all the sights and sounds? Or maybe just me overthinking everything? Also, a quick question for you. When you're on a trip, do you prefer just relaxing and soaking in all the scenery? Or do you like to take a ton of photos and videos like a professional? But honestly, I feel like I am somewhere in between. I want to enjoy the moment, but also, document it all for later. Anyways, I am trying to stay hydrated, taking small sips of water and letting my eyes rest for a bit. Traveling is fun, but it's okay to admit when you're just a little tired, right? Do you guys also get headaches when you're on the move like this? Comment below. Because I feel like sharing these little real life moments making vlogs more relatable. Finally, we've reached Prayagraj. We got off the bus, stretched our legs a bit, and now we are walking towards our main destination, the Triveni Sangam. Honestly, I love walking like this because it gives you a chance to slowly soak in all the vibes of the city. The streets are buzzing with people, sounds, and colors. It's so different from just seeing it through the bus window. And honestly, walking makes you little notice the things, the shops, the smells, the chatter around you, and it's all part of the experience. So, yeah, I was just walking along, enjoying the journey to the river and soaking in all the things around me. Honestly, there's something really peaceful about walking when you're on a trip. It's like your brain can catch up with your eyes. Who else love exploring a city by foot instead of just rushing around? Drop a comment. I want to know. Okay, so after walking for a bit, we decided to switch things up and took a bike to reach Triveni Sangam. Honestly, riding through Prayagraj is such a different experience. The wind in your hair, the streets buzzing around you, and that little sense of freedom. It's amazing. Also, can we talk about how exciting it is to explore a place in different ways? Walking was nice, but riding gives you a whole new perspective. I'm just trying to soak in all the sights and sounds while holding on tight. By the way, have you guys ever done this, switching in between walking and riding just to explore better? Because I feel like it makes the adventure feel way more real and spontaneous. Okay, so we finally reached the Triveni Sangam, and let me tell you, getting on a boat here was no joke. Even though this happened last February, I remember every single detail so clearly. As soon as we arrived, they initially told us that the place was closed for the day and we had to come back the next morning. But here's the thing, we had to come all the way from Bangalore, Karnataka, and staying overnight just to come back wasn't really possible. So, we, along with other few people waiting for the boat, requested the police officers, explained our situation, and somehow, after a lot of back and forth, we finally managed to get onto the boat. And oh my god, the moment we were on it, the feeling was indescribable. Sitting there gently swaying on the water, surrounding by flowing rivers, the countless other boats, and the soft chatter of the people, it was like time slowed down. The sun reflecting on the water, the sound of the river lapping against the boat, and the sheer vastness of the Ganga and Yamuna meeting. It gave this sense of calm and peace and awe all at once. You feel so small yet so connected, like you're part of something much bigger than yourself. And even though there were so many people around, somehow it didn't feel crowded. It felt alive, vibrant, and spiritual all at the same time. Sitting there on that boat, watching the waters merge and feeling the energy of this holy place, I honestly just wanted to pause forever and soak it all in. It's one of those moments where your heart feels full, your mind feels quiet, and you just realize why people travel so far for experiences like. And then we came to the most special of our journey, the holy dip at the Triveni Sangam, standing there with my mom by my side, dipping together into the sacred waters of Ganga and Yamuna. It felt like moment beyond words. The water was cold, but the feeling was warm, almost like the river itself was embracing us. There's this belief that a dip here washes away your past burdens and fills you with a new sense of purity. And honestly, being there, I could truly feel it. It wasn't just about the tradition, it was about the connection with the faith, with family, and with the countless people who have come here for generation before us. Looking around, I could see so many others taking the dip, praying and smiling, and in that moment it felt like we are all part of one big spiritual family. After the holy dip, we changed into fresh clothes in these small rooms they had set up for the visitors. Honestly, it was practical, but I couldn't help but notice something a little sad. Some people would just throw their used clothes on the floor, and it made the place feel so shabby. It's a small thing, but the moments like this make you think about the respect, not just for the place, but for everyone experiencing it. But, anyways, we quickly changed and got back to the boat, ready to continue our journey. But then it was completely dark, and the whole atmosphere had changed. The water looked mysterious and peaceful under the night sky. with the tiny lights flickering in the distance. You could hear the faint chants of Om Namah Shivaya or whatever people felt right to each other. Drifting across the river, it was so surreal. The sound of the people praying mixed with the gentle ripples of water and the cool night breeze made the whole experience feel almost magical. Sitting there, I was just wanting to pause time and soak it all in. It was one of those moments where you feel connected to everything, the place, the people, and even the quiet within yourself. Honestly, it's hard to describe in words, but being there at night, floating on the boat, just listening to the chants and seeing the lights, it's a memory that will stay with me forever. So we were still on the boat, just floating slowly over the water of Sangam, and honestly, it feels completely different now compared to the day. The night has its own magic. The water is calm, dark, and reflective, with the little lights flickering from nearby boats and the banks. You can hear distant chants of Om Namah Shivaya or whatever people felt are praying. Being here in the middle of it all, it's impossible not to feel little introspective. There's this quiet energy around you, even with the other boats and people nearby. It's so spiritual, peaceful, and a bit surreal at the same time. Sitting here, it was just, I wanted to breathe it all in, the cool breeze on my face, the gentle rocking of the boat, the sound of the water, and the chants echoing far away. Honestly, moments like this make you feel so connecting. Something that is bigger than yourself, something timeless. I feel like I could have just stayed here forever, letting the river, the night, and all the prayers wash over me. And it's one of those experiences that make you stop, reflect, and just appreciate everything. Okay, so we finally got down from the boat, and I was so ready for the tilak. Honestly, I had my heart set on the Trishul style tilak, and seeing it being applied just felt so special. There's something about the little mark on your forehead. It's simple, but it instantly makes you feel connected to the place, the ritual, and the whole spiritual vibe of the day. I remember watching carefully at that when they had applied it, a feeling of mix of excitement, and honestly, it's one of those small experiences that makes your trip memorable because it's personal. Even though we had spent hours traveling, walking, boating, and then taking a holy dip, this tiny ritual somehow tied all the things together. It felt like the perfect ending to a truly amazing spiritual day. And just like that, our Prayagraj journey comes to an end. From the holy dip to the boat ride, the tilak, and the dinner, it's been a full day of memories and little moments I'll never forget. Until next time, keep exploring and soak it all in.